Okay, give it a taste. Tell me what you think. I'm so curious.
I'm just really glad you're not pouring this down my back.
I'll bring the wine, you bring the glasses. What a great time we'll have while it lasts us. I can't wait to toast with you, so call me a cab.
Hi, I'm JoAnne, and this is Call Me a Cab, a show about tasting wine without intimidation. Today on the show, we'll be trying 3 red wines and pairing them with food based on suggestions from the internet. We also have a special guest today, Ken Kuwabara, an old friend of mine and a former restaurant manager. If you're new to the show, welcome. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've already subscribed, thanks, and welcome back. Let's get started. And this is Ken.
Hi.
I haven't seen you in, I think we figured out, at least 13
At least 13 years. Yeah, I think the last time we saw each other was when my firstborn was born.
And I was obsessed. He had the most adorable baby. She's 13 now.
She's gonna be 13 and she's all about TikTok and it's crazy.
Are
Yeah.
you on TikTok?
No, I'm not.
Do you look at it at all?
I don't.
Oh my God, I love it. I kind of love it. So the way we know each other is because you managed a restaurant that I worked at.
Yes.
You've got a little bit of a history in restaurants.
Yeah, you know, I grew up in restaurants. I started when I was 14 years old, probably just illegal child labor, washing dishes. And then, from there I just kind of started prepping kitchen stuff and, you know, working my way up through different restaurants and kind of got into restaurant management.
I didn't know, at least back when I was working with you, if you were into wine or not.
No, I really wasn't. I couldn't tell the difference between a $2 chuck versus, you know, whatever, $100 bottle. Or
So when did you start really getting into wine?
probably within the last maybe 2 years. It
Okay.
hasn't been that long, 2 to 3 years. I blame my wife for this.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Your wife's a good leader. She's also an inspirational DIYer because I watch every project that she does and I'm all for it. Well, we're going to start off today with the 2018 Scape Pinot Noir from Arroyo, Secco, which is in Monterey County. Now, my glasses aren't the normal glasses I would use for wine tasting, but because we're doing all reds today, I didn't have enough for all of the wines. So now when you guys drink wine, do you care about glassware or do you just drink it in whatever?
We typically use this type of stemless glassware. My wife recently bought some new glasses that are a little bit more angular and have the stems on them.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna do all the standard stuff. We're gonna give it a pour, and we're gonna give it a smell and swirl and
I'm interested to hear what you have. You're going to be smelling in this wine.
I know, Well, we'll first look at the color, and it's classic sort of Pinot Noir to me. You can kind of see through it. It's a little darker than a lot of Pinots, though, and
the sideways varietal.
Yes. When you smell wines, what do you try to smell in them, or do you do the smell before you drink?
I do. I try. You know, I've watched a couple of YouTube videos on what you should be looking for, and they say you're supposed to try to pick out 3 things.
I always heard fruit and any spices and any, I guess, elements. I don't know what they call it, but like your earth and your,
I guess, yeah. I don't really get the whole leather and tobacco thing, but.
Okay, tell me if and what you smell. I'm not talking till he talks.
I mean, it's oak. You smell some oak.
So
right?
It's funny because what you're smelling and saying oak, I smell and I think like medicine or something, or alcohol. I don't know, something like when you open it up, like an alcohol smell, which there is alcohol in this. And maybe, okay, do you ever smell sort of meaty things or salty things or?
Yeah, the savory thing is there a little bit.
Yeah. And maybe some berries, which is a food thing. I'm pretty proud of myself right now. All right, I'm gonna taste it, see if we taste anything.
I try so hard to smell various things, but I suck at it, I guess.
I do too. He's got a great nose for smelling. What do you think? I don't want to talk.
It's good.
And then tasting anything on it?
It's good. Great commentary. Alcohol.
I like it. There's wine. It's a little bit savory. It's definitely got a savory thing, which I like.
Not very tannic.
It's not tannic at all. Like there's
it's very
no
smooth.
finish. Maybe a little bit tart, but not offensively. We did say that it's not very tannic, and I learned something about this wine. There's something called cold soaking. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't.
So it's pre-fermentation. So they pick the grapes, and in this case, I think they pick them and destem them, and then they cold soak them. But it's about chilling them. It's about making them actually cold, but it's extracting some of the color and the flavor pre-fermentation. The fermentation is what turns it into alcohol. So this is before the alcohol comes out, so it's sort of before you start getting the tannins of it. They cold soak it. So I think the reason the tannins are really low is that cold soaking. Are you a Pinot person? Do you like them mellow? Do you like them more strong?
I've grown to appreciate kind of the brighter, lighter type of wines. Before I was really into the more bold, fruity, kind of punch you in the face kind of flavors. But then, you know, after a while, you can
grow
kind
into
of,
it.
yeah, you kind of start to branch out into some of the other varietals like Grenache and Pinot, and a little lighter.
You know, I don't like red wines, but this is delicious.
You don't like reds?
No.
No, what do you like wine?
I like white wines. I like champagnes, skin contact wine.
Yeah, have you had skin contact?
Skin contact?
Yeah, maybe we'll bust that out at the end of this episode just for him to taste.
What is that?
You'll find out. Yeah.
This is not anything sexual, is it?
No.
You're not gonna pour like wine down my.
It's not that kind of show, but we're kind of that kind of show. Okay, so what we are going to pair this with is a goat cheese mushroom crostini sort of thing. Grab yourself one of those.
All right.
I think these are going to taste great. I love goat cheese and mushrooms.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about mushrooms.
Delicious.
Yeah. I'm curious. See what it does. Curious what you're going to say.
I don't know if it helped it.
I don't think it did, but I don't think it hurt it. I
No.
just think it changed it.
Yeah, definitely changed it.
And what do you think the change was?
It brought out more of the tartness in the wine.
More of the tartness
Interesting.
and a little bit of tannins, I feel like. I like this and I like this. And I kind of like them together. But it did change it. It was more mellow before. It didn't overdo anything, but it made it a smidge tart.
It did.
So if you like tart, if you're more into a white wine, you might like this with this because it gives it that tartness thing. So.
Danny should try this.
Yeah, come and grab one, eh?
Yeah.
I'm always excited when he gets to eat on the show. So while Danny's tasting that, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Do you remember the first time you ever either had wine or any alcohol at all?
I definitely remember the first time I had alcohol, which was beer, when I was 16, and it was like this house party, high school house party. So, like, I have that Asian glow thing where, like, you
The rosy cheeks?
Yeah, it's not just rosy. Like, before, I would just get, like, bright red. This is really my first experience with alcohol, but I just had a can of beer, and I just turned, my whole body
Did
just
you know
turned
that was
red.
going to happen?
No, I had no idea.
But it's something you can't hide from your parents.
No, definitely not. Like, definitely not. My heart started racing. It was awful. It was an awful experience.
It was like you did
So-
drugs for the first
Yeah,
time.
it was terrible. So that was my first experience. So
And do
I
you
don't
get
know.
the glow anymore?
I still get the glow, but I don't know when it's going to happen. So it may happen on this show. It may not.
All right,
I
we'll
don't
see.
know.
Challenge
Yeah.
accepted. Okay, cool.
Challenge. It's not a challenge. It's not supposed to be a challenge.
Danny, did we get your feedback on the food? I can't remember.
I thought it paired very well. It enhanced the flavors.
I never know what to think when wine critics say things like bright. I'm like, what does it mean?
And that's what it did.
But I just tasted it and I'm like, oh, that's brighter. So if you can picture like a mouthfeel of what bright is, that's that.
I agree.
Okay, cool. Moving on to the next one. We're moving on to Fattoria del Cerro, Vino Nobile di Monto Pucciano from the Toscana region of Italy. 90% Prugnolo and 10% Mamolo. Now, do you know if you like Italian wines, or how do you pick your wines? How do you know what you like?
Well, we've recently really gotten into Paso wines just because it's close.
Okay, like
And-
going and getting them? Or
Yeah,
just getting
going
them?
just
Okay.
going and getting them and joining different wine clubs and seeing what you like.
Oh, nice.
I'm just kind of going out there and tasting. So I finally feel like I've gotten to the point where I can kind of tell the difference between a Paso region and a Napa
Oh,
and a
that's
Sonoma.
impressive.
But they all kind of have a different character to them. Italian, I still haven't gotten too great of a handle on.
I always wanted to love Italian wines because
Yeah.
it just feels
Agree.
so old and it feels so wonderful. And I watched a wine show called The Wine Show. So shout out to Joe Federini and Amelia Singer, who I love. They did one episode where they visited a vineyard just under the Italian Alps. So first of all, it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And you're like, well, I want to drink wine there. And in particular, the lady was making Barolo. That's what her family wine was. And I'm like, I've never wanted to drink any one type of wine more than the Barolo made in the Italian Alps by this lady. Like, it looked so wonderful and romantic. But I've sort of been chasing that Italian dream ever since. And I think, I don't know. I haven't really found an Italian wine that I'm like, this stuff is amazing. Are you ever intimidated? to buy?
I would say
Wine?
so, yeah. Only recently have gotten more comfortable with the regions that I'm familiar with. I definitely try to stay away from more of the Napa and the Sonomas just because I feel like they're overpriced for what you get.
Oh,
it's
that's
just really more of a
interesting.
name brand.
All right, so let's take a look at this one. Looks surprisingly light. I wasn't expecting it to be as light as it is. It's not as light as Pinot, but it's close.
Yeah, actually, it's not as dark as I would have thought it would be.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I think we're just thinking, oh, it's this old Italian wine. It
It
must
just
be.
still looks plumish.
Yeah, all right, let's smell it. I smell something. I'm gonna see if you smell it. I hate to introduce my smells first because I think
I mean, it's definitely not going to be the same because you smell some funny stuff.
a lot of times I'll say that I smell a thing, and then somebody goes, "Oh yeah, I smell that." Certain smells I
Nobody
just
in
don't
this
know.
world is smelling Staples aisles, Office Depot aisles.
I
Their
forgot
wine.
about that one.
I kind of get a licorice, I want to say.
Okay, I'm getting, well, now that you just said it, I smell a little bit of paper. No, I was smelling dirt, honestly, and I'm okay with that. Because if you think about it, it comes from dirt. Why wouldn't it smell a little bit like dirt? Yeah, I smell all the earthy smells. I don't
Yeah, it's
smell
very earthy.
Yeah, I don't smell a fruit yet. Any spices?
No.
All right, let's give it a taste and see if we taste anything. Thoughts?
I get like baking spice when I drink it.
Oh, interesting. I have a question for you. When you drink, do you do the thing where you let it go all the way across your whole tongue, or do you just kind of go straight for the gullet?
I used to go straight for the gullet, and I just decided I was doing myself a disservice. And so by spreading it around your whole mouth, I feel like I'm getting a bigger experience with the wine. Like you're able to kind of find more about it, taste more about it.
It's interesting. That's what they say about smelling it too. The smelling it is supposed to enhance your experience of tasting it because you've
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
totally.
pre-activated your brain to whatever's happening.
Another thing though, my friend, he's actually a wine distributor up in Northern California, and he does this really weird whistling thing. And I found out a lot of wine tasters do it. So it almost sounds like so I'm going to make a fool out of myself.
No,
and
it's
do
perfect. That's what we like. And did it for
it.
you?
That whole, so you know how like they have those wine aerators, right? Where
Uh-huh. It's doing the same
It's the
thing.
same thing, except you don't have an aerator.
That's the best explanation I've had for that, honestly, because I have seen a lot of people do it, and we've tried on this show. I'm not very successful. I'm going to try to. I don't want you to be alone in your embarrassment, but I'm pretty bad at it because I think I'm usually laughing
can't
when I'm
wait.
doing it. I can't not smile. I think it's a problem.
You can't smile when you do it. You have to pucker up like
All
you're
right.
going to whistle.
All right. Oh, man.
Ken, I wish you heard it. It was gross.
Oh, he will. ASMR. Okay, here goes another one. Ready?
She can't do it.
And what did you
Yeah.
get out of it? I'm going to do it while you're telling me what you got out of it.
I mean, this was a little bit more tannic than the other ones, a little more astringent.
It is more tannic. I like tannic.
You do.
Do you like tannic or no?
I'm okay with it. It's just
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
one of the characteristics of a wine that either is there or it isn't. But
It comes from the skins, and when you
Yeah.
think about it, and when you think about eating actual grapes, it is that same thing of like this is
Oh,
what
right.
the grape skin tastes
Yeah.
like. Yeah. And
never
I
put the two together.
yeah, it's grape juice. Look at that. So this Italian wine is going to get paired with a Pecorino cheese. Now this is a Tuscan wine, and this is Pecorino Romano. So technically this is like the Roman Pecorino and not the Toscana Pecorino. So go ahead and grab yourself a little bit of cheese. Are you a cheese guy or no?
I love cheese.
Perfect. And then we'll see. I have no idea what this cheese tastes like. I've never had it. It's a little hard.
Kind of spongy.
Gross, but yeah, he's right. It's like a hard
Kinda
sponge.
weird.
The cheese flavor in it is probably really minimal. It's very mild on the cheese. I don't know about this. Maybe I should have gotten the Pecorino Toscano. Maybe I screwed up. But let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl. All right. I mean, the wine's still good.
I don't know if it changes that
I don't know
much.
if it changed it. Maybe that's why they're like, it's good with it, because it's like, hey, don't screw up the noble vine. Just have this spongy piece of cheese. You're not going to eat too much of it and gain too much weight because it's a little
Spongy.
meh. Oh, that's a disappointment. So pairing wise, I mean, I definitely finished the wine because the wine is good, but I don't need the cheese.
It's a little bit milder, I would say, with the cheese.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. Well, we're going to move on to our next wine. Next up is the Finca Patagonia from the Maule Valley of Chile. Finca just means farm, so this is like the Patagonia farm.
Different from the Patagonia brand.
Yes, it does. This is not the outerwear brand. So it's a Cabernet Sauvignon and Syrah. I think it is 65% Cabernet and 35% Syrah. I'm trying to think if I have asked you all of the wine questions I meant to ask you. The show is all about like not being intimidated.
I don't know if I'm qualified.
You are qualified because I do
Because
feel
I don't know
like.
shit.
Well, yes, exactly. I feel like we get very intimidated, especially for like buying wine for like a meal, for like we're going to a friend's dinner party. I don't want to be embarrassed and buy something bad, but I don't know anything. And it's like, well, it's fine that you don't know anything. There's nothing wrong with just showing up with what you show up with.
I kind of disagree.
You disagree with what?
Because like the 2-buck chuck is disgusting.
Sure, I'm not saying that's not. Just buy something, see if you like it. If you don't like it, now you know. Like the only reason you know you don't like 2-buck chuck is because you've had it.
True.
But yeah, so I think with wines, I don't know how we got so sidetracked for Patagonia. I'm sorry, Patagonia. Finca Patagonia, Chilean winery, Grand Reserve, 2013. So here's another thing I'm going to ask you because I know what I thought. What do you think about aged wine and how important is the vintage?
I think it's important. I think you have to do your own research, and I think it depends on the bottle and the varietal and the winery. And I wasn't really a firm believer until me and my wife opened a bottle that was a blend, but it was a Paso wine, and it was about 5 years old.
Okay.
And they said that was the optimal time to drink it. So it was New Year's Eve, and we said, okay, well, let's try this nice bottle of wine. And so we opened it up, and we've had it before, like not aging it. And it was amazing. Like it was so different, it blew our minds. And we sat there just nursing the whole bottle all night
At the
long.
aged version of it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we were so impressed.
All right, let's give this a smell and see what we think.
So all the fires we had last year really.
They can affect the wine a lot. It's called smoke taint. Okay, this is an interesting smell. I want to hear your thoughts before I tell you mine.
I smell something.
I smell, JoAnne smells, so we'll see we'll see. Okay, I do like it though, and I tend to like when wines smell, I'm gonna call it funky.
It's funky, and I'm trying to place the smell, and it's like a dank smell.
Yeah, it is. That's a good word for it. Okay, so to me, it has like a wetness,
It's like a wet sock.
a little bit of a wet sock.
You know, it's kind of like when you go to the ocean and you're walking around on the rocks and you have all this dead kelp.
Yes, that's what it is, yeah.
It's really weird.
Because it's got a green smell. It's not quite as strong as green peppers, but kelp is a really good, solid
Yeah.
description. Okay, I'm just going to taste it and see, but it definitely has that, like, wet clothing smell. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to be serious now. Hold on.
This sounds so weird.
You can't smile when you do it. You just...
I can't not smile when I do it. Okay, flavor-wise, all right, hang on.
Doesn't-
It's delicious.
Tannic, it's the most tannic one we've had. It's got a little bit of that, like, razor burn on the back of your throat.
Yeah. But it is,
It is
safe,
dry.
on the savory side, I would say.
And not a huge aftertaste, which I like.
Yeah.
I don't mind a little aftertaste, but I hate a lot of aftertaste.
No, it's very clean, dry.
Okay. What is said to pair with this is Gouda on these little
Is it smoked
Parmesan crackers. No, this is just straight up Gouda. This Gouda, by the way, I have to give a little shout out to Our Lady of Angels, which is a monastery in Crozet, Virginia, that my mom gets Gouda from every single year. And you too can get Gouda from these lovely ladies. I always call it the nun cheese. So this is the Gouda. It's on a little Parmesan crisp. It's Gouda.
That's just good by itself. Mm-hmm. It smells different now, even.
Oh, I haven't come back. Okay, well, it got way smoother and way fruitier. I feel I
Yeah.
taste the fruit
No,
a
the-
lot now.
Even from the smell, it just started smelling fruitier.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kelp smell kind of went away.
You know what? I actually, on this one, I think I like the pairing. Well, no, I liked them both. Well done, guys. Well done. What was your favorite of what you've tried so far?
I think the Patagonia.
Nice.
But the Pinot is also a close second.
I was happy with all of them, honestly.
Yeah, they really were all very good.
Well, I'm going to let you go home with this. You get to bring this home to your lovely wife.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Because we don't pay people on this show, but we do give you wine. But the other beautiful part that we're going to do is, because you've never had it before, and we happen to have a bottle of it here, we're going to try skin contact wine. So I'm going to bust that out as a little bonus extra on this show, so we'll be right back. This is Paleo Cariccio, which is a traditional sparkling orange wine from Greece. Orange wine, skin contact wine, it's all one and the same. It's made the same way that basically red wine is made, in that the skins the grapes are left on, but they're not necessarily like dark skinned or red grapes. that would give the red color. So it's not a red color. It's semi-sparkling, which is something that can happen in the fermentation process. This is the oldest style of wine made.
Ooh, look at
A
that.
little bit fizzy, definitely
Nice.
orange. I'll be really curious what you think of the smells, because Danny had a very specific smell that he smelled the first time he had it.
Really?
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah. It's so different.
I thought I smelled licorice again, but
What do you smell, JoAnne?
Okay, so
I smell a baby's diaper.
Oh,
not the first time on this show, but like a fresh one, not like a used one. Danny smelled olives. Do you smell olives?
Oh yeah. It was this kind of salty, saline smell.
And I also smell like a sugary smell, like if you put honey on olives or something.
you're making my mouth water.
Olives make sense to me because if you think about Greece, they do grow a lot of olives there, and they always say it's all about the soil and the terroir. And so if you're growing olive trees in the same place that you're growing grapes, why wouldn't it have the smell of olives in it? Give it a taste. Tell me what you think. I'm so curious.
I'm just really glad you're not pouring this down my back. Shit, skin contact. I don't know what that
That's how you drink it.
Oh, I see.
Through
Yes,
your
I
skin.
see.
means. It's like a 9.5 weeks episode of Call Me a Cab.
Amazon's gonna want us back. Thoughts?
Oh, ooh, bitter.
It's not like red wine, and it's not like white wine.
I mean, immediately hits you with the kind of the bitter aftertaste.
It's a little bit sweet, but not too sweet.
It is.
And it's a little bit bitey.
It is.
Do you like it or do you not like it?
I love it, actually. It's really good.
Now, with this introduced, what's your favorite wine of the whole night?
That's a tough call. I really like this.
It's very good.
I don't normally like sweet-ish wines.
I think the ish part is the secret here. It's not that sweet because of whatever the olivey, like vegetable, whatever the thing that isn't sweet in it is like compensating.
At the same time, I don't know if I can drink the whole bottle, though. You know?
You
I
never
think
have to. It shares well.
Yeah, right. So this is definitely a bottle that I'd want to share.
Yeah.
Might have to give my nod to this paleo wine.
All right, I want to do a toast. Oh, not that I've thought of anything, but what I'm really thrilled about is that we haven't seen each other in at least 13 years.
Yeah.
But I have felt connected to you this whole time. Thank you, social media. You were always one of my favorite managers when
thank you
were
so
my
much.
manager. Yeah, and I think it's just because you're a nice person. I think that's basically what it is. So here's to, frankly, social media
Yeah?
and wine, because it's kept us together.
Yes, it has.
All right, here's to you.
Cheers.
All right, see you guys next time.
I can't wait to toast with you, so call me a cab.
This is not anything sexual, is it?
No.